Ghost story experience, shadow person sighting. All right, so it was a great day of 16-year-old junior in high school going about summer break. Okay, me, my homie Ishmael, a guy named Dexter who we went to school with, but wasn't really cool. He just went to the school, so back then it just doesn't take much for guys to be friends. So we ended up spending the day together. Explored the school, went to this school called Washington Middle School in Pontiac, and it was this vine on this fence, right? And a dude Dexter, he picked the vine and he pulled the leaf off, and it was like red, and he sucked the juice out of it, and then we picked another. We was like, "What is you doing?" Like, and then he picked another one, right? And I tried it. You feel me? It was sweet. I think it was a grapevine, but it wasn't no grapes on it, and the leaves were kind of green and big, but it was kind of like a grapevine type of plant. So I did it, and then I think the homie Ishmael might have too. I don't know. However, this whole day, to be honest with you, it was like the first woke conversation ever had randomly, like just the first woke conversation. And we was talking about government, we was talking about UFOs, we was talking about martial arts, right? Random. So anyways, we do that. We go hoop. After we hoop, we chopping it up. Like, this conversation is so continuous throughout the day. It was like an intermission conversation. Anyways, this conversation lasts all the way to the night. The homie, we at Ishmael house. Sunset, and we at Ishmael house. Now, at Ishmael house, we sitting on the steps. Like I said, conversation is still going. First world conversation at night. So, sitting on the steps, it's nighttime. I go down the street. I be like, "Yo, Dad, I'm at Ishmael house. We chopping it up." He like, "All right, bet. Come back in 30 minutes or whatever." It was about 10:30. It's like, "Come back in 10:30, whatever," right? Go back, chopping it up some more. Time passed. It's past 10:30. Don't know what time it is. I get up off the steps. I stretch. You know what I'm saying? I walk and turn and face the steps at Ishmael house in the porch. And then Ishmael gets up and does the same thing, even though it's his house. Dexter's still sitting on the steps on the porch. So I'm stretching like this. You feel me? About to walk home. And it's a summer night in a city. You feel me? This is like an urban city. You feel me? Pontiac is like Detroit, sister city. So yeah, I'm looking in the far left corner of the porch. It's a porch swing, and it was like a green curtain over the porch swing. So anyways, I'm looking at this porch swing, right? And it's ruffles, like bellows, like, you know how wind go past the curtain and it be like that? It was like that. It was a real, and I thought it was just the wind at first, because it was black. It was darker than the night itself. Black, dark, black movement going through the curtain. So I'm like, what the hell? Squinting at it. And then I look at Ishmael. He see the same thing. You feel me? His eyes squinting too. We ain't say nothing. But I'm stretching, I look at him, his eyes squinting too, so I see he's focused on the same thing I'm focused on, right? And so it realizes not the wind, and it keeps moving. So it goes towards the steps, right? And Dexter's still on the porch. What we were observing was so outworldly that we didn't have verbal, like communicating, verbal moving, like it was like Gojo's infinite domain expansion move, where he just hit you with infinite information. It was like that. It was like we were so taken aback that all we could do was perceive. That's all our motor functions could do, was perceive, right? So we're locked in and observing this phenomenon. Dexter's still on the porch steps, right? We're silent. We're watching this. He's none the wiser. It gets closest to the steps like the baluster, and it ducks down like it's trying to hide its presence. Now it's a black shadow person. That's what it looks like. Silhouette of a black thing, human. And it ducks down, right? And it looks like it's trying to hide its body under the little baluster. But its head's still sticking up. And then it started reaching out an arm, right? And it started freaking us out because this arm kept stretching. Like he was a good 7 feet away, 6 feet minimal away from the Dexter on the steps. At least 8 feet away, right? This arm kept stretching and stretching and stretching and stretching. Straight ass arm. Stretching, about to touch him. Our voices come back. We like, oh, get up, we gotta go, we gotta run. We gotta run, we gotta go. Dexter like, huh? We like, get up, we gotta go, we gotta run, right? So then, he finally get up. We run to the corner, shoot, boom to the corner, right? My house is up that block. So Ishmael looked back. I didn't want to look back. Ishmael said he looked back. He saw a shadow man floating in the sky coming towards us. I'm like, fuck. We run to my apartment. Boom. Take off to my apartment building. I don't want to go in. Reluctant to go in. I go in. I say a prayer in the name of Allah. I write that out. And then we enter. Then I say a prayer in the name of Allah over the windows in the apartment hallway door. And I'm going up to the steps. And I'm putting my key in my actual apartment door inside of the building. And as I'm doing it, it was like I got a spiritual text message. It wasn't a voice, but it was a spiritual text message that said, wait, don't go in yet. So I'm like, all right. So we sit in the steps, right? In the hallway. We sitting in the steps in the hallway. While we sitting in the steps in the hallway, Ishmael's sitting on the steps. He was terrified. This is the most terrified we ever been in our life. And the reason why we were terrified is because this being or beings was manipulating the fear out of us by manipulating things in the environment. So we'd hear 3 gunshots, right? 3 gunshots. Then we'd hear a car alarm go off 3 times. Stop. Then we'd hear what sounds like a chicken or a dog being choked. Some type of guttural, either it's a laughter or a croaking or something like that would make that weird type of freaking noise. And it does this same scenario 3 different times. And while it's doing it, it's literally raising up our fear level. Our fear level is increasing and increasing and increasing, like adrenochrome, but like literally raising up. You feel me? And so we was at the height of terrified. I looked at my homie. It was like he had a black dense slash over his face. Like the energy was so crazy, it was warpings. So anyways, at the height of fear, I closed the windows, right? But at the height of fear, it was as if an invisible mist of aromatherapy flew in the hallway. I think this was the angels, the Most High God, flew through the hallway, bellowed through, invisible, and it smelled so beautiful, so peaceful. It smelled so good. As soon as this fragrance hit my nostrils and my senses, perfectly calm. Literally at a 10 of fear and height, terrified, to soon as this fragrance hit my nose, perfectly calm and cool. And it was like, okay, you can go in the apartment now. And so we did. So that was on my one of my paranormal experiences, shadow man experiences, whatever these entities was, whatever this procedure was. You feel me? And I said urban area earlier because we did enter the Oz effect, which is when like you have paranormal experiences. I believe that dimensions diverge and they create a new dimension, a pocket dimension in between the two, because we didn't have any human contact with anybody. There was no laughter in the background. There was no cars going down the street. Nobody came in the hallway. We was in there for about 45 minutes. Literally, it was like we was in a different dimension, and we didn't see any other humans until this Event ended. Peace.